curious about how, athletes over at the Olympic Games should handle the Olympic Village and whether or not they should stay in the Village or not. And the way the NHL works is, I guess the PA is negotiated that they have the option to get a hotel, too. They can either stay in the Village or you can get a hotel that is, I guess, supplied by the PA. And I think the Americans staying in the Village. They're saying, we're here, we want to test this out, we want the full experience. Sounds like the Canadians are going to kind of half and half it, but eventually get to the hotel. And, the decision to do that, I guess, is based on we just want to be ready to rock.
That's it, man. Like, for people that I think people are getting bored with no hockey and they're coming up with storylines where it's like, are some people saying these guys don't want to be a part of the experience or they might not be all in? Let's not forget it. Well, I don't know which Olympics it was, but some American players were trashing hotel rooms and they made a mockery of it. So it's not all it's cracked up to be. And, you have to understand, as soon as a group of athletes are done their event, guess what's going on in the Village?
Go time.
It's a zoo. Yeah, it's a zoo. So it's not like everyone is just sitting around and they're picking each other's brains saying, oh, how do you mentally prepare? It turns into a sideshow. Whatever you got to do to help you prepare what's best for the team, and I'm sure John Cooper, Sidney Crosby, and Doug Armstrong are going to figure that out. What's best for us to play our best, and it's that simple.
Well, ask Nathan McKinnon. This guy, have you seen his quotes where it's like, I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to get, this guy is all business.
I have fun in the summer.
But I kind of respect it because he's not hiding it. He's not, just shining for the camera and just, cliche type of thing. He's like, I'm here to win. I'm here to not have fun. I'm here to do a job. So if they ask him, do you want to be in the Village with a bunch of people hooting and hollering, or do you want to be in a hotel room where you can just relax and do what you want to do? Nathan McKinnon's going to choose that. Kachuk brothers are stepbrothers. They're going to push their beds together, it sounds like, and have a lot of fun. And, it's a little bit different. I actually enjoyed that storyline, too. I mean, those guys are rooming together, and go have it.
I can see it both ways. Because, the hotel is more business-like. It's NHL lifestyle.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
where the Olympics, this really is, it's once in a lifetime for a lot of guys.
Dorm rooms.
Yeah, and you're in there and you're living. It's not a ton of space, and you're going to stay who you're going to stay with. I think you can connect in there. The thing is, the Canadian team, the men's team, based on what I've seen, they are not living a separate, experience or lifestyle over there. They're going to events. They're going to be at the games. They're going to be walking around the Village. That's really what it comes down to. Is there an element? I wouldn't call it arrogance. It's a separate option for them that other athletes don't have.
Right.
And call it whatever you want. It's not. I don't think arrogance is appropriate or accurate. It's these guys are a different breed because they're pro athletes. Everyone else is an amateur athlete. They're pros. And they've negotiated the right to come here. And they've negotiated the option to possibly stay somewhere else because the money is there for it. Unfortunately, bobsled teams, they don't have that option. The biathletes, they don't have that option. The NHL players do because they're coming from the NHL. They have the money, they have the ability, they have the support to do it. And I think I appreciate that they want to be, lights out, curfew at 11, get a good sleep in, and get ready to play.
That's it, man.
That's really what it comes down to.
I'm sure the hotel's not a dump either. It's probably a nice hotel.
Yeah.
And if I got to sleep in a nice hotel as opposed to a bed that's a cardboard box, I'm taking the hotel every time, man.
I mean, there's nothing bad. I don't think there's anything sinister, and I can see both sides. But what you are is giving yourself an option, and I like that. There's a lot of guys that do want to just relax and do their own thing. The Village, again, talking to people that have been there before, it sounds like the Village can get pretty rowdy and people enjoy themselves. And it just might be you look at Connor McDavid in the Village, all I see is on Instagram and that people just grabbing this guy picture after picture and stuff like that. It might be, a distraction type of thing as well. Sidney Crosby, all of these guys, they're they're the biggest stars in that village.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong in that.
No, 100%.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It's the hockey players are the top, like in terms of superstardom, in terms of
right.
Social media, cachet
Fanfare,
that would come
that.
with it, and
right.
yeah, I mean, undoubtedly, and everyone's on a different timeline. The hockey is the last thing to end. If you're going to get to the gold medal, you got to get all the way to the end. All right, Mike Johnson's over there. He joins us now on the Maple Toyota hotline. Johnny, where do you stand on this? Canada, should they stay in the village, stay in a hotel? What kind of benefits come from staying in a hotel compared to being in the village? Where do you stand on this topic?
If it was me, guys, I would split it down the middle. I would want the experience of the village because it is, uniquely Olympian. And I would take the first week, the round robin, and hang in the village and be around other athletes and see what goes on there and have that experience. And then once we got to the play-in game and the quarterfinals and the elimination stuff, then I'm going to a hotel where I know it will be quiet, where there'll be no parties for athletes who have finished their competitions, where I can sleep on a grown-up sized bed and not these little twin things they're on, and not have a roommate. And then also maybe be with my family. All things that I would like to do to have my preparation be the most controlled so that I'm at my best when it matters most. I would try to split it down the middle. If I had to do one or the other, I would leave early and not stay at all. But I think I'd like to stay for a few days.
So, Johnny, there is...
have some of the fun.
Yep.
And then when it's time to get real serious, which is, all the time, then go.
Yeah, so Johnny, there is an option for the guys to do something like that. Is that what's coming out of there? You can for a couple days stay in the village and then decide to take the hotel type of thing.
So the way I understood it was that they all went to the village to start. They all spent a couple days there, and then it was initially pitched that they were sort of allowed to choose individually if and when they wanted to go. But then that turned into, we'll make a decision as a team, and everyone on the team will go at the same time or stay at the same time. And I think they've already gone. I think they've already decided they're out. And as of today, they're in the hotel. So I think it was initially pitched as whatever you need, whatever you want, you go get that experience. And then the group of players decided, whatever we decide, let's not have some guys leaving, some guys staying. We're either all in it or all leaving. And I think they've all left.
Well, I like that. I mean, if you're going to do it, you obviously can't be split up. Everyone's got to be connected.